Hey guys, Comic Uno. I'm here with Tim Seeley, and you write a lot of awesome books. Now, Revival is literally one of my favorite indie books, one of my favorite books out right now. So now you have the kind of new reader-friendly books coming out. The new reader-friendly in front of the camera. Anyways, new reader-friendly issues coming out. You just had one with M, and now you're gonna have one with Dana. What can you tell us about the next issue?
The idea was kind of to bring them back together after separating them. So crazy stuff starts happening in 33, 34, and 35. So 33 is one half of the story as from the viewpoint of M. 34 is the viewpoint of Dana. And 35 is a crazy story where they get back together. It's the weirdest issue of Revival yet. It's super dark and twisted, so I'm pretty proud of it. But
oh man, I love that.
Things really we set up the sort of last arc. Because the idea is that the book 36 through 38 will sort of be the last 12 issues. It'll wrap everything up, and this sort of everything goes to hell in 35.
Damn, I'm excited. Now M's father knows that she's a reviver, so what does this mean?
We deal with that a lot in 34 because he kind of always prided himself about how he took care of his daughters, and when he finds out that one of them is actually dead, it really breaks his heart. So you get to see a pretty sad scene with Wayne. I think it's also sort of a reaffirmation of them as a family too. So it's some of my favorite stuff we put in the book so far.
Yeah, now I'm also excited what we learned from this issue is that M is kind of like all the other revivers. She doesn't really, she's kind of upset with Dana. She, she's might be the hero of the story, but she's definitely not the best person. So can you explain a little bit more about that, of her being like this kind of anti-hero of the book?
Yeah, I think one of the things we really wanted to touch upon in the book was that the idea that, it kind of bummed us out that in zombie stories, the zombies always come back exactly the same. And we wanted to play with the idea that if you really died and he came back, how it would affect you would be different for every person. So for M, she looks at it as a chance to start a boring life, over better. And so I think, to her, that the way she'll be better is to have less concern and to worry less, and to not care as much about people, because she did that in her old life and it only hurt her. So she kind of is a reckless, potentially dangerous person. But that's kind of how she deals with being undead.
Awesome. Now moving on to Grayson, what can you tell us about what's coming up and how it's going to affect Batman and Robin Eternal?
It's a crazy big balancing act because we use Dick he's in Robin War, he's in Batman and Robin Eternal, and he's in our book. So, but it's all sort of all playing with the idea of him being this former sidekick who's now kind of become a hero of his own, and you get to see him in different scenarios. So the Batman and Robin Eternal is definitely a big mystery. Robin War is sort of a big, it's a story about how young people take over the reins of the older generation, and then Batman and Robin Eternal, or our book, is sort of we'll be dealing a lot with of all the sort of spinning plates Dick has in the air as he realizes he sort of has to make a decision about what to do with Spiral. So tons of crazy stuff, lots of Dick Grayson, and I'm just excited that everybody's getting to play with the toys and make a big crazy fun story. So
I'm excited to read it. Now my last question, I'm actually doing a documentary on the modern female superhero, so I want to ask you, what do you think the modern female superhero is? And and also I guess how does your characters play a part of it, as an indie comic writer also? It's a long question.
That's a big one. I don't know, to me the female superheroes were always sort of part of the deal for me. I grew up in the 80s, but She-Hulk was always one of my favorite books, and Captain Marvel, Black Widow. I always thought that the women characters were sort of sometimes inherently more interesting because women deal with something that men don't, and that's sort of the way society treats them. So I always had a lot of sort of interest in reading about female characters. So when I started writing comics, the first thing I did was write female characters. So Cassie Hack, and then the cast of Revival. But I think women are kind of redefining what the modern superhero is all the time. As you get more female writers working on the books, you also get male writers who are sort of treating the characters with more respect than maybe previous generations did. I think they're redefining it all the time. So I don't really know what I think I don't know if there's an answer. I think it'll always be changing, but I think it'll always be determined by, you know, the fans who are the ones that are buying these books and supporting the characters and deciding like what kind of comics we make for them. You know.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see everything with Revival, Grayson, everything.
Oh, thank you.